Hi everyone. First I want to apologize because this video is coming way later than what I intended to put it out there. I wanted to put it out shortly after my pregnancy test video went live, but the exhaustion kicked in and well, look at me. I haven't even got out for my eyebrow wax yet, so what's that tell you? I'm so tired, and I'm sure that anybody who is pregnant or has been pregnant can understand. Take, for example, that crap behind me. We had a little cabinet to the left of the computer that stored all of that stuff in it. It's just like paperwork and things I don't want Ellie to get. And we put the cabinet upstairs because we couldn't properly childproof it, and Ellie was constantly getting in there. So we just decided, let's just put it upstairs. And all that stuff, of course, had to be taken out, and the cabinet had to be put up there. Well, then I found out that I was pregnant. And it never went up because it's like instant exhaustion. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I feel like I could yawn right now. Anyway, let me just take a little drink of my water. No more coffee for me. And then we'll get started on answers to the most frequently asked questions I'm getting with this pregnancy so far. The number one question is, when are you due and how far along are you? Well, I would love to give you for sure estimated due date, but I don't have that yet. You guys know my periods were kind of wacky. Now, as I'm saying this, yeah, I know we did inseminations, and I remember what day we did the inseminations on, but I also did the inseminations to cover both fertile windows for a 32 and 34 day cycle. So really, the day that I'm thinking, it's not going to be that far off. It's going to be like by a couple of days, if that. But because I found out so early, I mean, it's not impossible to find out at 9 DPO, and it very well could have been 9 DPO, but I've never found out that early before. So when I tested, it was 11 DPO, and that's when I found out that I was pregnant. That's the earliest I've ever found out that I was pregnant. So that's why I'm thinking I would have had a 32-day cycle, which makes me think that my weeks turn over on Saturdays, so I'm currently 5 weeks and 1 day today, with an estimated due date of June the 27th. I think it's the 27th or the 28th, whatever that Saturday is, 27th. Anywho, the next big question is, did you record yourself finding out that you were first initially pregnant on the 15th, and what was your reaction? Unfortunately, I did not record the initial reaction because I was expecting to walk into a negative pregnancy test, and honestly, it didn't even register to me that maybe I should record this. Literally, the day before I found out that I was pregnant, I posted on my personal Facebook out of pure frustration, and I've kept a ton of our trying to conceive baby number 2 stuff off of there. I don't even think that I made one post that says, okay, we're ready for baby number 2. But what I posted was, it looks like we're going to need fertility medication this time around, and I was referring to Firmera. Actually, my exact words were, I'm headed down a road I don't want to go on. I thought this would be a little easier or something. I don't know. And somebody asked me what was wrong, and I said, it looks like we're going to need fertility medication. So finding out that I was pregnant is not something I was expecting at all. So what I've learned about myself is I have signs that show that I'm going to start my period, not about to be pregnant, like what I think would be the classical pregnancy symptoms, which to me would be a heightened sense of smell, morning sickness, food aversions, going to the bathroom all the time, and then, of course, exhaustion and sore boobs. What I experienced that made me want to test was on 10 DPO, I had put Ellie down for a nap, and I was eating my lunch, and I felt really sick, but I wasn't, like, myself. I didn't contribute that to, like, maybe I'm pregnant. And I also had extremely sore boobs, and that was definitely not a sign for me because every cycle that we have tried to conceive baby number 2, I've had sore boobs every single cycle, and that used to be a pregnancy symptom for me. So I really didn't register to me at all. And I'm talking like those suckers were sore. Like there was nothing that could be on them. Like my bra was up here, my shirt was down here, and they were exposed. Because everything, like even a shirt, even the air, they were just really sore. So I texted Matt, and he brought home a pregnancy test, and we found out the next day. I got woken up about 4:30 in the morning with horrendous period-like cramps in the back and in the front. And I thought for sure I was going to start my period. Because he had bought me that pregnancy test, I thank God, because I was going to take naproxen, and I managed to go back to sleep until 6:30 in the morning. I woke up and decided to take it, and I was way too tired to wait for it to develop, so I went back to bed, and an hour later, Ellie woke up. Well, Matt and her always have their little morning routine. He gets up with her in the mornings and has breakfast with her and stuff and gets ready for the day. So as he's walking into her room, I remembered that I had taken the pregnancy test, and I had this vivid dream that I found out that I was pregnant. And I woke up disappointed because I didn't think that I was. I was so sad that I was about to find out I wasn't pregnant. So he's walking into her room. I'm walking into our master bathroom. And I just take one quick look at the test. And it's not like analyzing, looking for a pink line. Oh, it's there. So I look at it and I scream, Matt, Matt, Matt. And he, like, immediately thought, I don't know, the house was on fire. There was a giant tarantula in her mouth. I don't know. He thought, like, something was seriously wrong. And he comes in, what, all freaked out. And I just looked at him. I could cry. Seriously, like, I'm totally over-emotional here. But I just looked at him with big eyes, and I said, I'm pregnant, over and over and over again. And he looked at the test, and then I started to doubt myself for a second. I'm like, you can see that, right? And he's like, oh yeah. And he smiled, a big smile. And I ran into Ellie's room, and I picked her up out of the crib, and I'm like, you're gonna be a big sister. And then I hollered, well, I need a beta. And I literally left in my pajamas, forgot to brush my teeth, forgot to brush my hair, just left in what I was wearing and went to the hospital and got a beta. You guys know me. I need to know these things. So I had my beta done. It was 25. And I don't care where you're at in your pregnancy. You could be like 2 DPO. I'm just kidding. But you know what I mean? Like nobody likes to hear the number 25. And I cried because I thought for sure I was having a miscarriage. But everybody reassured me that, you know, being so early, 11 DPO, that's a pretty good number. And I had a repeat, so that was on the 15th that I found out, and I had my repeat beta on Friday, and it was 65, and I only needed it to be 50. And I had another one on Monday. I can't remember why. I think it was, oh yeah, I woke up, like, I was peeing on first response pregnancy test to make sure the line was doubling. And to me, it just didn't seem like that big of a deal. Like, I was doing it 48 hours in between. It didn't, or that big of a deal, what am I talking about? It didn't seem like that big of a difference in the color of the line. So I was, like, anxiety hit me hard. Way hard. So I went to the hospital and got another beta, which was 212, perfect, right where it should have been. And then on Friday, I had my first, Thursday, I had my first prenatal appointment. She surprised me with a pap test that day, and that exam that they do where they put their fingers inside of you and push down so they can feel your uterus, that hurt so flipping bad, and I had cramped ever since then. Obviously it's gone now, but all night that night, or all afternoon and all evening, I cramped. And just the paranoia, I couldn't even explain what I was feeling. I really thought something was wrong. So Matt's like, just go get your beta, do whatever you have to do. Don't put yourself through that. And I did, and it was 8:16, which was perfect. So my paranoia is pretty much under control. My anxiety is very much under control, which I'm quite proud of myself for it. I've only had 4 blood draws, which is like a record for me. I'm not bleeding. And I was started to bleed already in the pregnancy with Ellie. So this is different for me to have a normal pregnancy so far. The next question is, what are your symptoms? And I have a list here of all my symptoms that I've experienced so far. And I'm not having a whole heck of a lot because I'm only like 5 weeks pregnant. So the morning that I found out, I was feeling quite nauseous that morning. I don't know if this was after I found out. I don't know if it was because I was nervous. Very well could have been. I did have a heightened sense of smell that morning. I had really sore boobs and that severe abdominal and back pain. I didn't record anything for the 17th, but the 18th, I was extremely tired, completely turned off to the idea of anything sweet, which was odd because all I ate when I was pregnant with Ellie is Subway cookies. Anything with sugar or chocolate, that's disgusting to me. I can't eat a big meal even if I'm starving. I think that's kind of changed now. Like last night I sat down to like a giant ass bowl of chicken Caesar salad, which was amazing. Drinking more water than usual is just because I've cut out a lot of things that I really shouldn't be drinking, like pop. Matthew went out and got caffeine-free pop for me, so that's like a treat. But honestly, since being pregnant, the taste is funny to me that I don't really like it that much, so I haven't really had a whole lot to drink of that. And I don't drink any coffee anymore, which is quite sad. And I'm having super vivid dreams. On October 20th was that Monday. I had really bad anxiety that caused me to go get the beta. That was 212. And extreme exhaustion. On the 22nd, which I think was Wednesday, I started to get round ligament pain, which was odd because I didn't think you could get it that early on. And then the 23rd, which was Thursday, that I got my beta at 8:16. But honestly, my main symptom is just exhaustion. I am so tired. It's hard. So there's some questions that were posted on Facebook. One being, I'm curious, do you feel any different than you did when you were pregnant with your daughter? Not necessarily in the way of symptoms, but now that you've carried full term once before, do you feel more calm about this one? Or is the constant fear of miscarriage there? You know what? Aside from those 2 days, because I went and got my beta on the 15th and on the 17th, which was the routine blood work, aside from those 2 days where I really panicked, I have not really felt a whole lot of anxiety, which is super weird to me because we all know how much of a basket case I was. I don't know if it's because I carried to term before and I know I could do it again. I don't have any ill feelings toward this pregnancy. I'm really not that nervous, and I think it's because nothing bad has happened to me aside from 2 SVT episodes, literally the day that I found out that I was pregnant and a couple days later. Not severe by any means, but enough to let me know that this is going to be a problem the second time around. And another thing is, I don't know if this is with every other woman, and I assume it is, but when you're pregnant, your heart beats a little faster because there's more blood flow and stuff like that. On Friday when I got my beta checked, my heart rate was 130 beats per minute. Like, going steady, and I can feel it, but it's not... I was so used to it when I was pregnant with Ellie, like that was my normal. Which, it kind of shocks people when they find out that my heart rate's 130 as a normal when I'm pregnant. I don't know if that's like it with everybody else, but it goes pretty high, and then I get more winded because it's like, I don't know, it's harder on me, I guess. And I think maybe that's why I get so tired. I don't know. What are your new cravings this pregnancy? What other symptoms are you experiencing so far? What are your wishes for the second pregnancy? And how is Matt feeling about the new baby coming soon? My new cravings, the only craving that I absolutely have is ice water. Something to do with the ice? I don't know. What other symptoms are you experiencing so far? I think I've explained everything. I think that's it. Oh, I'm being hot. I forgot how hot you get. I remember when I was pregnant with Ellie and it was almost the middle of winter and I had all the windows open in our bedroom and the fan on, and Matt was wrapped up like a mummy. That scared the crap out of me because nobody's home. Matt was wrapped up like a mummy and I was just like sweating to death. It was so hot. What are my wishes for this pregnancy? Just that I have a healthy baby. That's all I want. And how's Matt feeling? He's really excited. I thought that he would be nervous because of everything that he's seen me go through when I was pregnant with Ellie, but he's pretty excited. I'd love to hear about your experience in choosing a doula. I think I'll make a separate video on that, but I've already chosen my doula, and I know I'm super early, but that's just because I'm trying for VBAC, so I will explain that in another video. And the last question was, how did you find out? But I've already explained that. So I'm so sorry this video is delayed, and I'm so sorry that it's like almost 20 minutes long. I'm going to wrap this up, and I will talk to you guys soon. If you have any questions, just leave them below. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.